各位觀眾大家好，歡迎收睇今集嘅自由唱自由講，我係節目主持人 Stephen 李俊業。咁我唔敢相信咧，我今日請到嘅嘉賓係 The One and Only Dan James。
Nice to meet you. How are you?
歡迎，I'm really good. It feels so surreal. Ding Ding, could you introduce yourself in Cantonese for us?
Yeah, sure. 大家好，我係占士丁丁，係一個演藝人，而家住喺香港。我終於嚟到特別係茶餐廳、大排檔、菠蘿包、凍檸茶、鳳爪。
Yes. Wow, so great. It's like Ding Ding has been like a really public figure. It's always only on the TV, but you don't really have to be really familiar to the music industry. You will heard about Ding Ding. You have found such major success and become, I would say, such a sensation.
Wow.
Now that you have released your latest single, your first Cantonese single,
Yeah.
To those who are new to the party, how would you introduce yourself to them, to your new audience members, making them your Ding Ding family members?
Ding Ding family. So yeah, if you haven't met me already, I am占士丁丁. That's my nickname in Hong Kong. So I was on the show, John Ling Ho Sing Em. It was a true dream come true. And yeah, I mean, to start, when I got into the show, I had to audition, of course. And, you know, I didn't know what to expect. All I know is that I just had to work my hardest. I would think I was a little bit feeling out of my comfort zone because obviously the show is in Cantonese. So I was very doubting myself a lot. And along the way, it's like, the love reciprocated from Hong Kong is just incredible. I mean, they've kind of taken me in as their, as their adopted son, I guess, So, but the whole journey's been just a true dream. Everything's happened so fast, I think.
Yes, I think so. Did you really expect it to become so big? Like, we all know TVB is like a massive platform. It can make people really famous.
Yeah.
Now your decision to join Zhong Lin Ho Sing Yam turned out to be like an undoubtedly right move.
100%. I think that with TVB, obviously, such a huge corporation, a huge company. I before the show, I saw some TVB shows. I knew of TVB, but I didn't know it was on this scale. And also from season 1 and 2, I didn't. Before I auditioned, actually, I didn't know anything about this show. To be honest, I met some contestants when I was in Macau working. I was singing in Macau with my band, and John Ling Ho Sing Em season 1 and 2 were coming to the back and forth between the wind to do some shows. So that's how I got to meet the rest of the guys. And then they were telling me about the show as well. So that started to get me excited, the fire burning up inside of me, And then, the rest is history. So
yes,
crazy.
Did you do you remember this the state of mind when you decided finally I'll go do it? Was it like happy or any other mood?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a God's blessing because when I was in Macau, I was in a contract for 8 months, singing with my band every weekend. And then when I had the opportunity to audition for John Ling Ho Sing Em, my contract finished 1 month before the audition. Wow. So I think it's God's perfect timing.
Yes.
I think how did I feel before? I mean, all my life, I always had that mindset, you only live once, YOLO, right? So you just take those opportunities and, just do the best you can.
Yes.
And as I've been in the industry for, most of my life, 16, 17 years, I think that I have that mentality where nothing is impossible, So
just be fearless.
Literally, I have that mindset where I feel, I'm in this situation now. It's this is a true blessing and a true dream. So I just have to kind of just jump in the deep end and just see if I can swim. Most of my jobs before in my career is I never went to acting drama school, or I never had singing lessons. I trained myself for all the career on the different jobs through my life. And I've always been up against the competition, which is crazy, the highest level for Broadway shows and all this stuff. So in my mind already, it's I used to go to London, just the backstory of how I get this mindset. I used to go to London to these auditions for the big cruise ships like Royal Caribbean, and there used to be 600 people there, you know, and they're looking for 4 singers, you know. So I used to go there. I used to go there. You had to have 3 songs, and just a guy on the piano and the rest of the judges, and just one guy on the piano with your music of choice. And I have to sing just with the piano, and I had to be very, very versatile with my styles of singing as well. So when I went there, you know, Stephen, I went fearless. You know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this job today. Yes. And 9 times out of 10, I always, you know, when you get picked out of 600 to be a singer out of 4 singers they're choosing, it's that feeling you get. It always stays with you, I think. So when I had this opportunity to audition for the show, you know, it was even when I remember getting the phone call for the audition, and I auditioned afterwards, they called me and said, "Congratulations, you're in the top 100." I was just on the cloud number 9. Yeah, I was flying. I was literally just flying. And to have this opportunity in Hong Kong, I think is just an incredible blessing.
Yes, so you didn't really plan anything. You just let the time tell you what will happen.
Sure. After the contract in Macau and I get the opportunity to audition, I basically just went with the flow. I started to get a bit scared after I got into the top 100 because I understand that everyone around me was talking in Cantonese, and I felt like a complete alien. I was like the Guaylo alien, and I'm like, "Hey guys, it's Ding Ding here," you know, like just that blonde hair and just like standing out from everyone. And but even in the press conference in the top 100, I felt like everybody, there's so much love there, you know, and so much encouragement, you know, like people were very excited to see a foreigner on the show.
Yes, yes.
And if I could represent anyone outside of Hong Kong, you know, for Hong Kong, you know, it's just to tell you that just go for it, make your dreams come true.
Yes, and make good use of your own image, your own, like, your ability.
Of course, yeah.
So you really didn't expect anything that comes after the decision would like apply such drastic changes to your life?
Do you mean like during the show?
Like during the show or before?
Before the show, I mean, like I said, when I came to Hong Kong 2 years ago, I didn't have any job. You know, COVID just finished pretty much. So I was dying to get back into the industry. Just before I moved to Hong Kong, I was living in Thailand for 9 months.
9 months.
So it was my first entertainment job after COVID. So I was MC and singer. So I was very much in my comfort zone. And in Thailand, I lived like a king and very comfortable, but it was too easy.
Too easy?
Yeah.
You want to do something else?
Yeah, my heart told me to try Hong Kong and to come here and just to see if there's any...
Oh, your heart told you?
Really, my heart told me. Any opportunity. So when I came to Hong Kong, I started busking, you know, like singing on the streets. And I said, Stephen, from day one, the love I got from Hong Kong in the very beginning already set this fire alight of how I perceive and see Hong Kong people. The love is so, you know, sometimes I think with Hong Kong people, sometimes they're very like hard on the outside, like a hard shell, but very soft and lovable inside, you know, like, and that's what I got when I came to Hong Kong, you know, like singing on the streets and you just feel the love around you. So I was always kind of blessed and very lucky to experience that when I first arrived.
They tell you like exactly what they feel.
Yeah, they come up and, you know, obviously I put my tip box down, so they were like tipping me and stuff, and but they used to hang around for the whole show and really enjoy the music. And that gave me more kind of ambition and more, you know, encouragement to be able to keep just pushing. Even in Hong Kong, it was tough because I didn't have any contacts or any, you know, everything grew from when I started busking.
You just said you were feeling a little too cozy in Thailand.
Yeah.
When you
Real cozy.
have you been always like craving fame? Is that?
Yeah, I think when you're in the industry, you're always balancing against being famous, right, and then enjoying
Your personal
your craft and what you do, the passion of it.
Yes.
I think from a young age, I've always said, "Oh man, I want to be so famous," you know,
be
like I want to paparazzi and I want to make the money and drive the Lamborghini. You know, that's always a dream in your mind as a child, a kid's dream, you know. But then the more, the older you get, the more shows you're doing and the more you're in the entertainment industry. For me, it really is a passion.
Yes.
I think that always, before you think about making money, always think about your passion first. and then the money and everything else will follow. If that's your intended path, you never think, if you always think about money, then I think that's like the opposite of how your mindset should be, because if you don't have the passion for it,
You can't go long.
then the longevity will just fade out.
I think we can all agree, we can feel Dan James' passion in, like, everything you do is just so heartfelt. I love everything. I'm actually a latest fan of yours.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, Steven. Are you joining Ding Ding family now?
Yes, I am a family member now.
Welcome, bro.
So when you look back on your life before your fame, now you have the massive fame. What characteristics, the it factors, do you think you have that made you able to manifest such unimaginable to most changes?
More at the top of the list is God. You know, like every time when I pray and every time I ask for something, I became like a Christian a few years ago. Actually, I wasn't a Christian all my life, and it was actually in Thailand when I started to go to church and really pray and really start having this belief system in place. And it helped me dramatically. You know, like I before in China, when I used to work in China as an MC and singer, I was a very different person, you know. People would even say like playboy or like just off the rails. But that was my mindset because I was in the club scene all the time. But then when I went to Thailand after COVID, I think COVID brought me down again, you know, like took me down to that beginning level again, you know, when I was working in the very normal jobs on the construction site or in the supermarket. You went from like rock star in China to, you know, being a nobody on the construction site, you know. So I think that kind of difference, you kind of balance everything out, and that gave me the kind of mindset to also be more grateful for everything I get now.
Now that you have fought your way to the top, I would say.
Fought my way.
Fought your way, yes. Like after joining 中年好聲音, what was it like? Like a totally different culture. Like you have to pick songs in Cantonese.
Oh, I mean,
like it's totally different. You're doing things.
Well, the thing is, when I auditioned for the show and when I got onto the show, I didn't have any time for preparation because everything just happened so fast. It really, in a matter of weeks and like whatever, you know. And then once I was on the show, I realized like, oh, you know, like we have to really sing Cantonese songs. Yes. And then you're getting judged, like, you know, every week you're getting judged by how you sing, how you pronounce your singing, your emotion of your song, and there's so many. The pressure is just unbelievable. Anything in my life, you can't compare to this pressure I felt on the show.
Was it good or bad?
It's exciting, but
it's exciting.
Sometimes I would sit in a corner and cry. You know, like in the reality of it,
so
everyone
intense.
sees, yeah, like the Ding Ding is like always like happy and like, you know, like let's go for it. But there was times, there was times, Stephen, where I just be in the corner thinking, like head in my hands and just thinking, how can I carry on in the show, right? There's just too much to learn.
Yeah, it's all like new things to learn. But
Crazy.
Actually, what was like choosing songs for the contest? Like, what was like the process?
Well, in the beginning of the show, for the very first round, obviously, you know, I sung the Zhang Hot Yao.
Yes.
So that was like Lei Hen Lan. For me, for the very first episode, for the first round, I just knew that I have to sing Cantonese because I have to set a bar to prove myself to anyone on the show and all the viewers watching. Right? If I just come as a foreigner singing for me personally, right? So if I came on the show and singing just an English song, you know, I don't think it will be that impactful than me singing a Cantonese song because they can see that I try, you know, and maybe the pronunciation was very like Guaylo style, like, Lo Chen Bong. But they saw and they appreciated.
Still feel it.
And they still felt that emotion. And, you know, as a blessing, I got five stars. It's just amazing,
Perfect.
You know? Yeah. Really
I think that attitude is exactly what brings you all the success you have now. Yes, it's so good. And one more thing is like every market has its like own preference in terms of like the likes of artistic or commercial environments. What was it like as a person like born in Brighton? Brighton, a totally different culture to be working to figure out the taste of the local market in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
That is like thousands of miles away from Brighton.
Of course. I mean, like, obviously I was like from the UK originally, but all my life I've, for the entertainment jobs, I've actually been traveling around the world for the last 10, 12 years. So when I go home back to the UK, it's actually only for a very short period of time, and then I'm flying away and joining another show or flying somewhere else to another country. So I've always been traveling, you know, for the majority of my career. But being in the UK, I think that I always have that, you know, that homesick feeling sometimes. I mean, it's a normal feeling, like for Christmas, you know, you're back home with the family, or Christmas dinner and that kind of like UK feeling. But when I was living in China, I used to come to Hong Kong once a month for a couple of years, because my visa there, I had to come back to Hong Kong every 30 days. So I used to go to Hong Kong like very, very regularly. And that's what made me fall in love with the city in the first place. If anyone asks me your favorite city, Hong Kong is always the top of my list.
Yeah.
So that's why when I first came to, you know, when I was in China and I used to come to Hong Kong, that was the foundations for me for, you know, to want to be here.
To feel the heartbeat of the city.
Of course, I love that hustle and bustle. That's when I said in Thailand it was too easy. I was too comfortable, because it was a very relaxed, laid-back life.
To a point that you're not comfortable.
To a point where I just needed more. I was like, you know, I'm in a point in my life, it's like everything is too easy now, and
don't end like this.
yeah, that's why going back to the city, you know, like I was born in a city, and I'm a city boy, so that's from my roots.
So was there any like actual process in order to actually feel the music genres in Hong Kong, loved by the Hong Kong locals? Like Hong Kong people are known to like a lot of ballads,
yeah,
like pop rock things.
Well, luckily I do like ballads and slow songs as well.
That's great.
Like when I was a kid, I was growing up with like Westlife and all those,
yes,
yeah, the pop bands and stuff.
Legendary bands.
But actually, I think that the Hong Kong music market is very unique comparatively to the rest of the world. The ballads and the style of songs that come from Hong Kong is incredibly unique, and actually it's just so beautiful. When I first heard John Hot Yao's, when I heard Lei Hen Lan, like it just stayed with me, and even that time I didn't understand what the song was about, but the melody of the song and the structure of the song, it captivates me. It excites me because there's so much power in Cantonese songs, and like Lei Hakan, like Hakan Lee.
Yes.
Like all these kind of powerful songs, like they really ignite something here, you know.
Yes.
So when I was on the show and the song choices and things, you know, like of course I had to sing some English songs, but the ones like on the show, like the other John Hot Yao, the Ledig Meng Sing Ordik Sinsi,
yes,
you know, like that's such a beautiful song, you know, and even like Beyond with Hoi 14, that like. It's just such a powerful song.
Powerful song.
And every time I sing it, you know, I feel that power, you know, like that's so. There's something special about the Cantonese music industry that really excites me, and that's why in the future, of course, I'm going to be making my plan is to make more Cantonese music. But my starting point with Ngodi Gatyin, that was the flavors from like Dear Jane and Beyond. You know, so maybe my next song could be some fusion for some, you know, some ballads. Other genres as well. So it's a very exciting music industry, especially in Hong Kong.
Yes. Were you nervous when you decided to like put a little hint of your like your characteristics, your style into your fantastic renditions? Were you afraid of maybe the perception from the audience?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying fantastic rendition. But I think at that point, I just have to try my hardest. I think with Ledig Meng Sing or Dixinzi, I had, honestly, I had 9 days. I remember the time when we had to pick the songs on the board, and everybody, they were picking the English songs, you know, and I was left with 4 songs, and I took this one, and luckily it was another John Hot Yao song.
Yes.
But in that process, in 9 days, I don't think, you know, like to go, what the mindset and the mentality, what I go through in that time is quite, I was very scared, you know, like I was panicking. I think panic sets in because I think half of me is saying, yeah, you know what, I'm fearless. But then the other half is saying, well, you might be fearless, Dan, but how the hell can you do this? It's impossible.
Don't know what they'll feel.
Yeah, so then the feeling after achieving, you know, like that process in 9 days of the Ledig Menzing or Dixinsi, for example, I had the amazing friends, Chris and Veronica. I know you're going to watch this, guys, and I owe that all to you because they were helping me like 3 to 5 hours a day, every single day with the pronunciation, with the lyrics, with the words. And also Charles, who's here as well for many other songs as well. So thanks, Charles. But they are telling me the emotion of the song. So as if a native Cantonese speaker, right? So you already understand the emotion, the lyrics, right? You already understand what the words mean. But for my process, I had the alien language, and then I had to do, it's like layers, it's like the layers on the cake. So I had the alien language, and then on top of that, I had to do the muscle memory. And then on top of that, I had to do the emotion of the song. And then on top of that, I had to do the execution and the kind of like the final,
a lot of
with in England, you say like with the cherry on top of the cake, right? The cherry on top, like the finished version, the polished version.
Yes.
So I think that whole process. And then when you do the live show for the judges and you're singing Ledig Menzing or Dixinsi, right? You have to hold that cake in your hand and you have to hold everything together. That's the best way I can describe it. But I think when I'm on the stage and I start singing it, right? I think something just takes over. I think because that song, for example, is incredibly beautiful, but that took over me, you know, like, and when I'm singing it, I really feel, I can feel the emotion and the passion of that song.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, like how I should start the song, how I should finish the song. And I think for that song, I think I got 91.
Yes.
Like, it's
91.
just mental, right? So for the judges to even give me that score, and I had 9 days, you know, like it's only God who can make this happen.
That's a really fantastic rendition. I loved it.
Just remember,
Actually, I
well,
loved
thank you very much, thank you.
Now that you have released your own latest single, it's not covers anymore.
Yeah.
So I would say unsurprisingly surprised to see your name as a co-composer and a co-writer. 我的格言. We all know Dan is an experienced musician, but is this your first Cantonese song?
It's my first Cantonese song for sure. I mean, like the process of working on Ode Gat Yin was the amazing Jun Ga Sing, Alan. We are working on the project in his studio, finding the melody. And you know, Alan, you're watching as well. You're a genius, bro. But we had the idea of what genre, like the Dear Jane, and Alan was coming up with this melody for the song. But the writing side of it is like, I wanted to have an input, but I wrote the English lyrics
part,
for the bridge. But for the lyrics for the Cantonese, we had a draft first of the first draft of the lyrics. But the song, I mean, the lyrics were amazing. But the song, it wasn't personal enough, right? Because I wanted to tell my story, so it was not generic, but it just wasn't personal enough for me to be able to tell my story and to say this is my story. So the amazing songwriter, they basically rewrote it in like 3 hours, and then when I went through the song again, it was very powerful because it was very meaningful and very personal.
Yes, really tailor-made.
Very tailor-made. So incredibly blessed to have such a great team on that project.
Yes, it's such a great song. I've been singing
really?
downstairs. Is there any like difference in the process to write a Cantonese song than like writing English songs?
Well, I mean, this song, I didn't write the Cantonese lyrics for it. It's only the English lyrics, but I think I really want to challenge myself in the near future of being able to see if I can actually write Cantonese lyrics at least. But yeah, I love to be able to say that I wrote some Cantonese lyrics or song in the future.
How about the composing of the song? Is there any difference, like composing a Cantonese melody?
I mean, the melody, me and Alan worked very close together to pick the right melody. So actually, Alan is very gifted, and like most of the other contestants on John Ling Hosingam, Alan was the one who came up with these incredible melodies, individual, tailor-made for each artist. So that's a very incredible thing to do in the first place. But then when we did Ngode Gatyin, Alan remember playing on the keys for some Dear Jane vibe. Because I really love that rock kind of like, Dear Jane, if you're watching Dear Jane, you're awesome, and we should do a collab. But yeah, he came up with the melody on the keys, and I was like, yeah, I like that, but maybe we can just go to this note or go here. And then so together we actually kind of like found the melody that will fit perfect for the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the story? Now that we know that Ngode Gatyin is like a love letter to the Hong Kong people, is there any like behind the scenes story or what it takes to make this happen?
So basically, for the lyrics of the song and for my story, when you see the music video, you see like I've got the guitar and I've got, you know, walking in Hong Kong and on the ferry. So all these little things actually really happened to me, and that's why within the music video, with the amazing team as well, I wanted to basically like incorporate, you know, the reality of it, what really happened, so they can really get a taste of what I experienced when I first arrived to Hong Kong. So there's little scenes in the shop where I'm eating in a Tan Tan Ten, and then they give me a egg tart. You know, like that really happened before. You know, they just come and give me some food or some little thing to snack on, or outside the shop they give me a drink, and you know, like, so I wanted to have these beautiful touches in the MV, to actually highlight, you know, the love of
Hong Kong.
The memory, but also the love of the Hong Kong people, you know, and incredibly kind and generous.
Were those like tiny things the motivation of to make Ngode Gatyin?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the story I wanted to be able to, as it's my first single, and obviously in Cantonese, I wanted to be able to. The first one had to be telling my story, and what a great way to start, you know, like as your first song, to be able to tell, like, when I arrived in Hong Kong, this is what I experienced and this is what I went through, you know. So it's a great thing to be able to, you know, in the music video, to be able to show everybody, you know, like to really show them what I experienced.
As of now, the music video has like gained, it's almost hitting 700.
That's crazy.
Thousands.
Yeah,
it's viral.
It's
viral.
Crazy.
As a new song, how is it different to be singing a new song than singing covers before, like an original song?
Yeah, I mean, most of my life on my shows and stuff, with the cruise ships and stuff, you're always singing like songs from shows, like Broadway stuff, or like with the band, you're always doing the covers, top 40 covers band. So you're singing anything from like Black Eyed Peas to like all swing style music. So most of my life I've been singing a lot of cover songs. But in the past I've worked and collaborated with some DJ projects and stuff where I wrote the song and then we release it as a track. So I've done many songs, and I wrote actually like in my private little collection, I wrote like 20 songs. So these are all unreleased, and it's like when I sit with my guitar and I write a lot of stuff like this. But I think the process of it and stuff, I think that basically, I always, every time I write a song and stuff, I always want to be able to tell a story, you know?
It's actually a story representing yourself, your life.
Yeah.
Are those songs like good representation of your own self, like really your own characteristics?
I think, yeah, my songs that I wrote previously in the past is like some was like from experiences I went through, you know, like relationships, and you know, like.
Do you share them to your fans? Like,
do you
my
keep
fans
them
personal?
Well, I'd love to be able to release these actually, but I just, you know, I don't feel right now is the right time, I guess. But like I say, like my goal in the next couple of years is to have my own concert. My dream is to have my concert with all my original songs, you know. Maybe some covers, but the majority of the concert is like, you know, 29, 30 songs or whatever, you know. I really want them to have my own
original
music.
songs.
Yeah, of course.
Well, if you go on a stage, what impressions would you like to leave for the audience when they leave?
I want them to be sitting in their seats like I want them to go away with a smile at least, you know. But I want to put on a show where everyone can be involved and everyone can interact and just enjoy the music, right? I want to take them on a journey. When I do a concert, I don't want it to be just I'm singing songs on stage because it's ding ding. I want it to be like when you sit down in your seat and you paid your ticket, I want to put on a show from the beginning to the end, right? I want it to be a memorable experience. I'm a showman. I'm a natural-born entertainer. So I won't settle for less, you know? It's
Exactly,
like,
really.
I want them to leave like, wow, that was one hell of a show, Ding Ding.
With tears on the cheeks.
Yeah. Oh my God, can we watch it again?
That's how emotions connect. It doesn't necessarily have to be Cantonese, right? Like English songs, any kind of like languages.
Yeah.
咁啊，丁丁，你會唔會有一啲嚟緊短期或者長期嘅目標係想達到嘅？
每個人梗係會着努力出多啲廣東話歌，有自己嘅廣東話專輯，將可以喺香港開演唱會。將來同 Eric Kwok 嘅 DJ 組合好好玩。透過我一個愛國人，同一個咁有天分嘅就係作人。可以將廣東話歌透過 EDM 推廣到全世界。仲有希望我哋廣東話可以越嚟越好，可以更加方便同大家溝通。我會努力。
Yes， 嚟緊好期待占士丁丁嘅最新嘅音樂作品，希望係嚟緊唔同地方可以見到好多好好成績嘅作品，好多好好嘅 show。多謝占士丁丁今日嚟到之後真係之後講，拜拜。
拜拜。